Hello friends. So in today's experiment we are going to study about the different types of rectifiers. So like half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, full wave center tap rectifier, and then we are going to study about the full wave bridge rectifier. To perform these experiments we require one CRO, that is a cathode ray oscilloscope, where we are going to observe the output waveform of rectifier, digital multimeter to check the output voltages, to note down the output voltages. So breadboard. So here you can see, here I have made the setup of half wave rectifier with load resistor RL, and the most important is the transformer. So this is a special step down transformer which converts the higher potential to the low potential. So in this reading we are going to take two types of reading. One is the with filter and without filter over there. So first we shall study the half wave rectifier. Now here the half wave rectifier, as you can see in the waveform, the input to the circuitry is a full waveform and the output you are getting only for the positive half cycle. So that's why this rectifier is known as a half wave rectifier. Now we are going to perform this rectifier in two types. One is without C filter and with C filter. So we know the definition of the rectifier. So rectifier is an electronic device or a component which converts AC signal into the pulse rating DC. So that pulse rating is very important point over here, because the output which we are getting is not a pure DC, and to make the pure DC we require the filter. So here we are going to use a C filter in our experiment. So we are going to take two readings. One is with filter, without filter, and another with filter. Okay, so let us perform the first experiment, that is the half wave rectifier. Okay, so I will turn on the power supply over here. Now here on the CRO you can see I've got the output waveform. Okay, now you can observe the output of the so this is the input of the rectifier. You can see the input of the rectifier is the pure sinusoidal waveform, and so this is we are observing on the channel 2. I'll change to the channel 1. Now you can see here, this is the output of the half wave rectifier. So we are getting the output only for the positive half cycle here itself. So this is the input and this is the output. Now let us see the readings first. Now here the first most important is your load resistor RL. So here from the color band you can say that it is orange, orange and brown. So orange stands for 3 over here as per the color coding. So this is a 330. So 3, so second is the addition and third is the multiplier band. So third band is a brown over here. So 330 ohm. So first let us note down the RL over here. So this is 330 ohm. 330 ohm. Okay, let us see the AC voltage and DC voltage. So this I have kept at the DC and here it is the AC. So if I turn it on, already we have got the output over here. So this is a DC voltage, that is nothing but a 4.16. So let us note down this 4.16 volt. Okay, now we have to take the AC voltage. So I'll make the multimeter off and I'll change the knob to the AC and I'll turn it on. Now this is the output AC voltage. So let us note down this, that is a 5.67. And the third column is the ripple factor, which is nothing but a VAC upon VDC into 100. So we'll get a percentage of the ripple factor. Ripple factor is also denoted by the word R or just a ripple factor, or sometimes it is denoted as a R of f. So the ripple factor is nothing but a VAC upon VDC into 100. So here VAC is 5.6, so 5.67 divided by 4.16 into 100, so it will get a percentage of that ripple factor. So here we are getting 136%, 136.29%. Now there is another one it is called as a no load minus, so that is a regulation over here. So full load, so no load minus full load upon full load into 100. So already the DC voltage which we are taken here, that is 4.16, it is with load. So directly I can write over here, so 4.16, that is a full load upon 4.16 full load. Now we have to note down the reading for the no load. For that we have to remove the load resistor RL from the circuitry, and we have to note down the DC reading over here. So here in the circuitry, I will be removing the load over here. So I have removed the load. You can see I have removed the load, and now I have to take the reading with no load. So here with no load I am getting here 4.42 volt. So no load reading, that is 4.42 volt. So if I take down this reading and if I calculate this, that is 4.42 minus 4.16 divided by 4.16 into 100. So this is a line regulations over here. So here I am getting, here it is 6.25 in terms of percentage, 6.25 percentage. Now we have to repeat the same readings, but now we are going to take a C filter. So once we apply the C filter, so the ripple factor will get reduced and you will get a waveform as. So now the second reading we have to take with the C filter. Now if we apply the C filter over here, so you can see this is the ripple. So this is the AC with DC. So when we apply the C filter, what happens? The AC component is going to get nullify from the output, and the output will be somewhat like this. So this is with the C filter. So you will getting this output. I will show this output on the CRO. So slowly if we apply the filter, we increase the filtering, so slowly we are going to get a DC. So this output is with C filter, and before this was without C filter. So let us check that output and we'll apply the C filter over here in the circuitry. So you can see I have applied the load over here. So we have got a C filter over here. While using this C filter, we have to take a precautions that it has got a polarity over here. If we connect it in the wrong way, it may get blast. Okay, so I will be applying the C filter over here, and now you can check the output over here. First you check the output over here. So we are getting here. So as soon as I connect the C filter, you can observe the output. See, so there is a change in the output over here. The same output which I have shown over there, the same output we are getting, and because of applying the C filter over there, the output DC voltage will also increase and output AC voltage will decrease. Let us calculate the output DC and AC voltage. Now after applying the C filter, you can see, so we have applied the C filter over here. So this is on the DC, so this is output DC voltage, it is 11.00, so near about it. So the DC voltage is 11.00. the load is same as previous one, that is 330 ohm. Let us check the AC. Now for this AC, I have to just change the switch to the AC, and I have to take the output. I can check the output, it is 0.56 volt. So 0.56 volt. Now I can see over here, before filter the AC was 5.67, but after applying the filter it is 0.56. So this is how the AC components get reduced from the output. And as well as you can see that previously the DC was 4.16 and now it is 11, means DC voltage has increased and the AC has decreased. Now let us see what is the amount of ripple factor at the output. So as previously, that is 0.56 divided by 11.00 into 100. So this will give the ripple percentage over here. So it comes near about 5%, 5.09%. So earlier it was 136%. After applying it is a 5.09%. Now again, if we calculate the regulations over here, that is no load minus full load upon. So already we have seen with load it is 11.00 upon 11.00 volt over there into 100. Now we have to calculate the no load, means we have to remove the load resistor and we have to take the output voltage over here. So now we'll be changing the knob to the DC. So this is with load. Now I'm going to remove the load over here. So I've removed the load. I can see without load I'm getting the output near about 13.76. So it is 13.76. Now if I calculate the regulations over here, load regulations, so this is 13.76 minus 11.00 divided by 11.00. So sorry, answer into 100. So the regulation is 25%. Now you can see after applying the filter, you can see the previously the regulation was 6%. Now it has become the 25%. So there is a increase in the load regulation percentage also. So by applying the C filter, the ripple factor is also reduced and we get a good regulations over here. Now let us perform a same practical with full wave center tap rectifier. Okay, so now let us study a full wave rectifier center tap. So center tap, so why it is known as a center tap? Because there is a Peschel's transformer. If you observe the secondary of the transformer, it is divided into the two parts. So even you can say it is a two half wave. So this is a half wave rectifier and this is another half wave rectifier. So it is a combination of two half wave rectifiers. So we require the two diodes over there. And if you see the output, we are getting the output for both the half cycle. So for the first half cycle, the first one diode is working, and for the second half cycle, the another diode. So for both the half cycle, we are getting the positive output. So similarly, like a previous one, we have to take the readings for both without filter and with filter, and we have to calculate the ripple factor and the load regulations over here. So let us see or perform the practical over here. Now you can see this is the input to the rectifier, that is pure AC sinusoidal waveform, and this is output of the rectifier. Now you can see here you are getting the output for both the half cycles over here. That's why it is called as a full wave rectifier. Now here you can observe that there are the three tapping for the transformer. So this is a special type transformer which is called as a center type transformer. So it has got a three outputs over here. Now the same setup over here, we have got a two diodes, means it is a full wave center type rectifier. The same load over here of a 330 ohm over here. So let us take the reading over here. First reading over here, you can see here. So this is at the DC and we are getting output 8.30. So let us note the first reading over here for without filter. So the resistor is same load, that is 330 ohm, and the DC over here it is 8.30 volt. Okay. Now let us take a AC. For the AC, I have to just change the knob over here. I have to take it on the AC and I have to turn it on. So here I am getting the AC as 4.08. 4.08. Now let us calculate the ripple factor for this. So the ripple factor for this, it is VAC, that is 4.08 divided by 8.30, and we want in terms of percent, so multiply by 100. So here I am getting here exactly the 49.15%. So we know the standard comparison table over here. For the half wave it is 121%, and for the full wave it is always 48% over here. So it is nearly 49.1%. The practically over here, then regulations over here. So already we have got a full load reading over here, that is full load is 8.30, 8.30. So we have to calculate no load into 100. So we have to take the no load. So for this I have to just remove the load I have to take the multimeter to the DC and I have to just remove the load over here. So if I remove the load, so I'm getting here output as 8.87. So 8.87 volt. I have to calculate the load regulations over here. 8.87 minus 8.03 divided by 8.30. So this answer into 100, so I need this into the percent form, so I'm getting here 6.86%. so that is what regulations over here. Now let us add the C filter and let us take this reading. So here again the load is always same, so I will be repeating this. Let us take the VAC VDC by after applying the C filter over here. So the same C over filter I have got over here with the polarity, so I will be adding this. So I got one link. Now you can see the output as soon as if I attach this. So you can see that it is a perfectly a straight line which I am getting here, because after filtering out I am getting a straight line over there. Okay, so if I remove C, just check it out what I am getting over here, and by applying the C, what I am getting over here. So it is exactly nearly a straight line here. So if you observe the waveform over here, so this was the previous waveform, now it has totally changed and you are getting a somewhat a straight line over here. So this is after applying the C filter over here, so with C filter, and this is without C filter. Now let us take the reading for without C filter. That is, first we have to take the we'll take a VDC over here, and I can see the VDC over here I am getting here. So this is now better at the DC voltage, so it is 13.83 volt. Now I have to just change the knob over here and I have to take over here to the AC. Now you can see the AC is nearly, it's very less over here, it is nearly 0, or I can change and I can take the reading over here. So it is nearly 0.01, you can say 0.01. It is very less as compared to this, so I can say it is 0.01 volt, 0.01 volt. So let us calculate the ripple factor. So the ripple factor of this is nothing but VAC, that is 0.01 divided by 113.83, okay, into 100. So in terms of percent we are going to get this. So this is nearly equals to 0.07. It is negligible. Okay, now we have to calculate the load regulations over here. So that is, we know that the no load minus full load upon full load. So here the VDC which we have calculated, it is with load, so it is a full load. So it is 13.83 divided by 13.83. Now we have to calculate the no load, that is by removing the load RL, and we will get that percentage over here. So here now I will keep the filter as it is. So here with full load, with no load, I am getting here something 16.2 over here. So let us calculate this. So 16.2 minus 13.83 divided by 13.83 into 100. We want this into the percentage. So here I am getting 17%, 17.13%. So load regulation has also increased. Okay, now let us go for a full wave. So now let us study the full wave bridge rectifier over here. Now instead of 2 diodes, we are going to use 4 diodes over here with a regularly transformer over here. Now we'll get exactly same as that of a full wave center tap over here. Only the efficiency, that is the transformer utilization factor, is good for a bridge rectifier. The rest of the all things remains same. So here we are not going to change the load, so I'm going to note down the load as it is, that is a 330 ohm for both. Let us check, first we'll take the reading without filter. So let us see the readings of a full wave bridge rectifier. Now you can see the output of a full wave rectifier bridge. It is just similar to the full wave center tap. Okay, so only the difference in that the transformer utilization factor is better for a bridge rectifier. The rest of the things remain same over here. So let us calculate the reading over here. So I have attached, so you can see here the 4 diodes over here with load. So I connected the multimeter. You can see here the reading for the first reading, that is a DC. We are getting here with load, full load, we can say that is 7.42. So here 7.42. Okay, so this is reading. Now I have to just change it to the AC knob, so we'll get a VAC at the output. So that is 3.96. 3.96. Now we can make a calculation over here of the ripple factor. So that is VAC. So 3.96 divided by 7.42 into 100. So it is near about, you are getting it near about 53%, 0.36. Okay, and the regulations over here, that is load regulation, that is full load. Full load already we have taken the reading, that is 7.42 divided by 7.42. So here we have to take the reading for no load. So no load, we have to just remove the RL over here. Okay, so if there is a no load, so I have by keeping it on the DC, so I will removing the load over here. So once I remove the load, you can see the output voltage is increased, that is 8.59. so here it is 8.59. So let us calculate load regulations over here. So it is 8.59 minus 7.42 divided by 7.42. So that is into 100. So that will be equals to 15.76. So that is 15.76. That is in terms of the percentage. Okay. Now let us add the C filter and let us check the output what we are getting over here. So the ripple factor should reduce after applying the C filter over here. So we got a C filter. So I will be adding the C filter over here, and you can see the output over there on the CRO after adding the C filter. So it is nearly a straight line. See, this is without C and after adding the C. So this is nearly, we are getting a straight line over here. So in the graph paper you can see this. So here, so this is without C. So this is with C, sorry, with C filter over here. Now let us take a reading over here. First we'll take a so this is at the DC, so this is output DC voltage, that is 13.35 we are getting here. So this is 13.35 over here. Then AC, I have to change the knob and I have to take it to the AC. I have to turn it on. So here it is 0.01. So let us check the ripple factor over here. So that is VAC 0.01 divided by 13.35, okay, into 100. We want in terms of percent. So it is nearly 0.04. Okay, 0.07% over here. You can see the ripple factor has reduced, means output, the AC components has reduced. It is nearly about, you can neglect this digit over here. Now let us check the load regulations. So already we have calculated the full load. So that is 13.35 upon 13.35 into 100. So we have to calculate no load, means we have to remove the R over here from the circuitry. So first I have to take it to the DC and I have to remove the R. So here I've got 16.3 volt with a no load over after removing the load. So now let us calculate this. So this is 16.3 minus 13.35 divided by 13.35, and we want in terms of percent, so multiply by 100. So here we are getting 22.09% of the population. So after studying this full wave, half wave rectifier and full wave center type, full wave bridge and half wave, we have find that after the C filter, the ripple factor has got reduced. And if we compare to all three rectifier, the full wave is bridge because we are getting a very negligible ripple factor over here. But if you see and observe over here in the half wave, we are getting 5% of rectifier after also C filter. But after applying the C filter for a full wave center type, that is I'm getting 0.07%, and for the full wave bridge also I'm getting 0.07%. So full wave rectifier is always best option, but obviously it will be vary according to their application. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.